Good stuff. All right, today's a special Sunday. It's a fifth Sunday. We do fun things on fifth Sundays, right? Today we're back to Fortune Cookie Sunday. Whoop whoop. Yeah. So, you ready?
Yeah, I'm
You ready to dance?
Ready? Go ahead.
Ready to do improv? You can grade us.
Impromptu.
Impromptu. Don't go first. Let me go first.
Improv is acting stuff. Impromptu is speaking stuff.
All right. You want to go first? Let me go first.
You go ahead.
I think I went first last time. You want to move that over a little bit? Oh, let's get this out of the way too. Let's move that back. That way we can be right here front and center. All right. Oh, well, can't see without these. Hold on. How about another? Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Can we get do-overs? Oh, man, I need to think about this one for a second. Simplicity. Oh, I got it. I love how this happens. Okay. A well-fed romance nourishes the simplicity of a child. Ooh. So basically, I'm interpreting this that where love is in the relationship, a well-fed romance, where love is in the relationship, it's in the family. And the child can be the child. The child can be childlike mind and is not going to get all that stuff, right? That we end up in therapy with later. But yeah, well-fed is the love in the relationship just flows into and through the child because of the oneness of the unit. Okay.
Well done. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm rooting for the blank. I was thinking about that this morning. Inside, for those who don't know, last time we did this, I drew a blank. It was empty.
A message all in and of itself.
Indeed, and that is exactly where I went with it. Yes. Oh, okay, interesting. You will be called in to fulfill a position of high honor and responsibility. Indeed, we are, each and every one. Each and every one of us has our own role to play. I believe each and every one of us is here on purpose for our own divine and unique and individual way of being. We all have a role to play. We have our own space to fill. And we each have our own gifts to give. Whether that role be high profile, low profile, it's all important because it's about relationship. It's about who we are and how we express and how we connect with each other. And so we will always be honored to whatever degree we choose to honor ourselves and honor others. So.
Nice. Uh-oh. Okay.
The message is broken.
No. All right, let's see what it says here. Oh, that's perfect. I don't think I need to say anything. Depend on the predictability and steadfastness of life to support you. And so it is. We know that we are supported. We live in an infinite universe that supports us always. It's only us that gets in the way of that support. So when we open to receive that support and that steadfastness, it will be there for us. I'm always reminded of the Indiana Jones movie where he was after the Holy Grail and he stepped off of that cliff onto nothingness and the bridge appeared. It's there for us always. Predictable, steadfast, when we open to receive it.
Yay. The fellow who doesn't need a boss is often the one selected to be one.
Mm.
What comes to mind is the fact that we are the most powerful tool we have in our own toolbox is the tool of choice and how we choose to show up, how we choose to present ourselves. If I don't need a boss, that means I am making choices and owning my own sovereignty, owning my own ability to create the kind of life and experience that, for me, celebrates the highest ideals of what's possible. How much of my own potential can I unleash and show up with? It's like to be a boss, a lot of ways to frame that word. For me, to be a boss, it means that I own my space. And I am willing, it's like, when I was a manager most recently, one of the ideals that I held on to is that I never asked anybody that I was quote unquote supervising or leading to do anything that I had not done or was not willing to do. Because I embraced all of it. It's that full experience of life and leading from that experience that really makes the difference. To show up in love, to show up in joy, to show up in peace, and to be not only empowered, but empowering. So, there.
Okay.
Nope.
That's all right. We'll get it. You are born with the sixth sense and superb insight. That's just too easy. Intuition, folks, right? We all have it and we can all develop it. And it is one of the many ways that spirit communicates with us is through our intuition. And one of the practices is to begin to build and trust your intuition, to take action on it. And one of the ways that we do that is through our meditation practice, because we can begin to recognize then the voice of spirit versus the voice of the chatter or the committee in our minds. And that's an important distinction because most of us are very used to listening to the committee and the chatter and all the other voices. But to hear and feel and sense that voice of spirit deep within us and to know that that is our true self, our true intuition, and then to take action on that. That is the beauty of the spiritual practice that we do.
Yay. Okay. Well, it's stuck.
Crack the cookie.
Right. Anybody's hungry, there's cookies.
They've been handled, but they're
You're
here.
welcome. Our brightest blazes of gladness are commonly kindled by unexpected sparks. Ooh. Right? Yeah. The unexpected sparks, unexpected joy. We were talking, I don't know, yes, I was talking to somebody about this, like looking for glimmers, right? Am I looking for glimmers? Am I open to the unexpected? Am I looking for joy? And when I think of the unexpected, yeah. So often I know in my life, I want to own this one. I have been in spaces and places and found myself in patterns where I so feared the unexpected that the dominant portion of unexpected occurrences were painful, were filled with sadness. But when I have chosen to reorient myself and take the time to do my spiritual practices, to be focused and refocus on intentionally about looking for and expecting good, looking for and expecting love, looking for and expecting magical occurrences or glimmers of happy, then they begin occurring. And when they occur, expressing my gratitude for them. When they occur, of reaffirming them and saying thank you. And oh boy, and sharing them with friends, and sharing the joy, sharing the happiness, sharing the fact that, wow, you know what? When unexpected things happen in my life, that's good. There's good stuff. I expect good stuff. I expect to be greeted by love, by joy, by prosperity, by health at every turn. So those are the things that I expect. And expecting that joy, being open to that, makes all the difference.
Okay. So the toughest part is opening the cookies.
I know, right?
I keep getting, how about another fortune? No, I got to get this one first. To achieve a great goal, one must begin with a small achievement. Start where you are. How many have heard that in the Science of Mind teaching? We start where we are. We can't start anyplace else, right? We have to start where we are. A lot of times we'll start on the prosperity journey with $1 in a million in the bank, where we've got $5 today. It's too big of a leap. We must start where we are. And the same is true in anything. If we are choosing to improve our health and it's in pretty poor shape right now, it's taken us a long time to get our health in that condition, and we need to take small steps forward to achieve that goal. So that's the principle that works throughout all of our areas of our life. We start where we are, and we grow from there. We grow from there. Oh, bless you.
All right. Okay. The will to do and the soul to dare is yours for the taking if you prepare.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow. Do we have an hour?
No.
The will to do, I like this one rhymes. It's good. The will to do and the soul to dare is yours for the taking if you prepare. What comes to me is taking the time to be still before we begin. To prepare the soil of our being, to prepare for whatever is to come. It's like what Reverend Joe, you were talking about, the practices, reaffirming our own spiritual practices, taking the time to do the meditation, taking the time to do the journaling, the reading, taking the time to be still and present and do the self-examination. And then to begin taking the tools one at a time into the world. And it's very easy to practice in a controlled and managed environment. It's very easy to practice if I never tried to take my practices and my tools out into the world, into that unexpected space, to go beyond that place in my own map of my life, to go beyond that place where it says, hey, beyond here, there be dragons. So to take the time to build up the courage, to look into my own heart and do the preparation to be ready for the journey, at least as much as I can, and to know that even on the journey, I get to build up new tools and new practices along the way, because even the journey will change me and make me bigger, make me better.
Okay. All right. I'm running out of cookies.
No.
Uh-oh.
Big.
Okay, let's see if I can figure it out.
Oh.
Oh, I think it's B.
Oh, okay.
I think I got this one last time. Be most affectionate today.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I got this one
I
last
think
time.
you did too. We can get checked. You roll back the tape? No.
Yeah. Be most affectionate today. We should be affectionate every day in our lives with everyone that we meet, because we live in oneness. Everyone we meet is one, right? We're in that circle of love. And so when we can remember to be most affectionate, most kind, most generous in all of our interactions with everyone, then we are living our spiritual truth. And it's the namaste. The God in me sees the God in you. And that's my interpretation of being most affectionate today.
Okay. Bravo. Right. This one was calling at me.
It called your name?
Yep. All right, we're running out of, yeah. Y'all behave up there. There we go. All right. All right. Keep your plans secret for now.
Ooh.
Keep your plans secret for now. Of course, I mean, my brain instantly went to the whole thing of not casting my pearls before swine. That whole passage in the New Testament or in the Gospels. Holding our gifts and our dreams, holding my gifts and our gifts and our dreams, my gifts, my dreams close until they're ready, until it's time. if we're all one and everything is known, it's what's known. If what's known at one point is known at every point, then I will always draw to me the resources necessary to bring my dreams, my plans into fruition. I don't need to go about the process of broadcasting to every corner of the world what my plans are. Because as I believe, as we believe, it is done unto us. So as I'm holding my plans in my heart gently, as I'm planting the seeds of something new in the soil of my own consciousness, I will always draw to me the resources necessary to bring that dream, that plan into fruition. And I will be inspired always to do, to be, to express, to experience, and to bring into manifestation that plan.
What came to mind on me on that was the doubt that others can interject on our dreams if we share them too soon.
Share them too soon, that's right.
But I like the pearls before swine example. That was good. That one, I didn't think of that one. All right. You are filled with a sense of urgency. Be patient or you may end up confused.
Interesting dovetail with the one.
We get so excited when we have an idea, something new we want to create. We get so excited. There's such a sense of urgency. There is the desire that Spirit places in us, which creates that urgency, right? That's part of the path that allows that to bubble up within us to be ours to say yes to. Yet, be patient or you may end up confused. We sometimes get ourselves into a spin, don't we? Because we're so excited. We want it to happen so fast on my timeline, right here, right now, now. And we need to be patient and follow the path and watch for the keys that are available to us as each step on the path illuminates before us, and be patient and know that it's God's time, not our time necessarily. Keep that urgency, keep that desire, keep that yes active in our lives, but also exercise patience in allowing it to come forth, because we don't know everything that's necessary for it to come forth and manifest in our lives. There may be a lot of things that have to happen out there to come into alignment, and it may take more than a minute for that to happen. So it's important that we have our patience while we excitedly, enthusiastically expect and wait for its arrival. Okay?
Okay.
All right. That's right. The faster I go, the behinder I get. My mom used to say that. It's a what? Is it? Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yep. There we go.
You wanted a cookie? Sorry. We'll save the rest of them. Come to lunch. We'll have cookies at lunch.
There appear to be many clouds, but they quickly pass. Interesting. There appear to be many clouds, but they quickly pass. And that assumes, to a certain point, I mean, when you read this, see, this is interesting. So when you hear that phrase, are we assuming the clouds are bad? Are we assuming that they're in the way? You see, because everything's always in motion. So often we look at things like phrases like that and we go, I need to overcome this. I need to get past this. I need to fix this, change this. But have we ever noticed that when we sit and look at clouds, they're always in motion? They're always changing. They're always moving. And they're moving much faster than we really realize. And just like those clouds, we are always changing and moving and adjusting and doing it differently. Like I'm doing today differently than I did yesterday. Will show up tomorrow differently than I did today. Just as the world does. It's always in motion, always changing. And how I hold that, how I frame my view of what I am seeing out there and what I am seeing in here, that is what makes all the difference. How am I holding it? Am I framing it through a lens of love, or am I framing it through a lens of doubt and uncertainty? Because I get to choose how I frame all of it. And at the same time, knowing that it is always going to change. It's always in motion. And the way I frame that determines how all that unfolds.
Okay. Your future will be happy and productive.
Thank you.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So it is. So it is. It has to be, right? It has to be. Our future is productive and happy. If we choose it to be that way, and we make that choice today for our future, because it's every choice that we make and every day that determines the future. Our past has determined where we are today, but it doesn't mean it has to be where we will be tomorrow. Principles not bound by precedent, one of my favorite earnestisms from the science of mind. And that's very true. So if you desire a future that is happy and productive, make it so today. Make the decisions today that will implement that in your life, that will be the catalyst to that for your life going forward. Principles not bound by precedent.
Bravo.
All right.
All right. Keep your feet on the ground even though your friends flatter you.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. This reminds me that we're not done yet. No matter where we are, no matter where I am on my journey, no matter how much I have learned, no matter how much I have grown, no matter how much I have done, there is always more to do. There's always more growing, always more learning. And if I get wrapped up for better or for worse in the opinions of others, then I am not doing myself any service at all. Because what matters is what's going on in here, how I am feeling about me. Because that is really ultimately the opinion that makes a difference. And cleaning that up, cleaning this up, what's going on in here, That's where the real work happens, not out there. So,
Reminds me of the story of the farmer and his son that
oh yes,
broke
yes,
his leg and couldn't get conscripted, and
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
Nothing's ever all good or all bad.
Terry Cole
Terry
Whitaker.
Cole Whitaker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that was a firecracker. Is. I guess she's still with us. Good work, good life, good love, and goodbye oppression. Science of Mind 101. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Good work, good life, good love, and goodbye oppression. When we live this teaching and we practice its principles and we look at life as a glass half full and we're positive and more optimistic and we love and we are generous and we are kind, goodbye oppression. Because we're no longer a magnet for it. We no longer call it forth into our lives. We call forth, it's the what we focus on expands. So when we're focusing on good work, good life, good love, it is goodbye oppression because we're no longer a match for it in our lives. That's the beauty of our teaching. Our cookies are all gone. We have more cookies at lunch. I hope you will all come and join us over at Payway. You'll have your own cookies, then we'll hear your messages. So I can't wait to hear you share at lunchtime today. So thank you for that. Now, Reverend Lee and I will open the mic for a couple of minutes. If you have any comments about what our interpretation was of any of these, or a question or anything that you would like to bring forward, we welcome your input.
Okay. What I wonder is, are we personal and individual to God? I mean, we always say that God is
Individualized
personal
expressions.
to us, but are we personal to God?
We'll both answer this if you want to.
We
I
will.
believe that we are. I believe that Spirit knows each and every one of us individualized expressions of itself, because I believe that Spirit lives through me. So whatever my experience is, this is Spirit's experience of me. And he knows that difference between me and you and Bob, that those are different and individualized expressions. So that's my belief about that is yes. Okay. Any comments?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for spending time on that because I got my idea. What I'm reminded of is one of the things that is, and I don't know where it is, but it is quoted that Ernest Holmes, the founder of Centers for Spiritual Living and the author of The Science of Mind, that our teaching would make a Catholic a better Catholic, a Christian a better Christian, a Taoist a better Taoist, and on and on and on and on and on. Because what the teaching is about is saying that life will show up for us in accordance with our belief. And so if what I desire in my heart is a relationship with this thing we call life, this thing we call God or Spirit or whatever name we want to call it, if what I want is a personal experience of a loving presence, then that is what I will have. If what I expect is a vengeful God, a God that is filled with judgment, then that is what I will experience. If what I'm looking for is an experience of this thing we call life, of love, of joy, of a God filled with love and peace and joy that is giving this all the time, that is supporting me in learning and growing, then that is truly what I will experience. And for me, and what I work with is knowing that there's a presence that surrounds me and enfolds me, fills me with love, and is a loving blanket around me when I need it. Kicks me in the ass sometimes when I need it. That inspires me when I need it. I like the image in the Old Testament going all the way back to Abraham. Early in the Old Testament, we have these pictures painted for us of Abraham literally walking through the hills with God by him, saying, hey, this is what's going on. I'm having trouble with this, or what do you want me to do now? Literally walking with God as he understood it through life. So what a wonderful vision. So I hope that answered your question. Yes.
Anyone else?
A quick thought on that same topic is that what came to my mind is that we have to be unique to God because God gave us free will so that it can experience everything, anything. And it also applies to animals. When you think of how your dogs, your cats that have such great personalities, I'm sure they're unique to God.
Bob, did you have something?
Yes, I wondered, we're talking about that. How does that, how do you explain created in the image of God? We are created in the image. How do we interpret that? Are we manifesting?
I interpret that as we are spirit, but we have form, that God is not look like me, but that we have a form that works for this environment, but we are spirit beings. And in that image, and also in the creation process, because God in the beginning was the Word, created all, we speak our word to create in our life. So that's how I've always looked at in the image and likeness of God, is that God is love, I am love. God is intelligence, I am intelligence. It's sort of the first two steps of treatment. For me, that's how I interpret it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Nothing to add on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? All right. Well, thank you all very much. Thank you, Reverend Lee.
Thank
that was
you.
lots of fun. We do have a practicing the principles for you today. One, there will not be a Mindful Monday tomorrow just because there's not a lot. We could give you the fortunes, I guess, but no Mindful Monday tomorrow. But your spiritual practice for this week is find God's truth everywhere. Look for spiritual truth in everything: signs, license plates, fortune cookies, conversations. You witnessed Reverend Lee and I taking something as innocuous as a fortune cookie and translating that into science of mind, universal truth. And we can do that with every aspect of our lives. So I invite you to play with it and practice that this week. See where you find God in the mundane or the innocuous. So, all right, with that, we'll do a prayer and then you can close it out. All right. So would you join me this morning, please? As we go within, we recognize that there is one presence, one power, one life. That life is God, is the infinite source, wisdom, and intelligence of the universe and beyond. It is infinite in nature, so much so that our finite minds struggle to imagine just how infinite is. The love of spirit is unconditional, unconditioned. It is pressed down and overflowing in through and as all of its creation. And as I know that I am a part of that creation, that I am that love, I am that intelligence and wisdom, I live in the harmony of that one life. And I know that that is the truth of each one of us gathered here today. For each one of us is that unique expression of the divine spirit in, through, and as us, experiencing life through us in unity and harmony with each other and with God. There is only one. And so I speak my word this day for and about each of us, knowing that we are each inspired and uplifted by the God presence in our life, by the relationship that each of us builds on a daily basis with the divine, as we, as Abraham, walk daily with Spirit, conversing with Spirit, allowing Spirit to work in our lives. And we engage that powerful intuition and imagination, and we hear, we listen, we take action. We truly do live in a very blessed world, a very blessed universe. I bless this center and all who attend it. I bless all of those joining us online today and all of those listening to this message later, knowing that there's no separation, that we're all connected in the one. I also know for anyone that has anything on their heart this morning that they lift into this prayer, that we hold that in consciousness, in our love, surrounding it, knowing the truth of it as it is made manifest in, through, and as their lives. And so it is with a grateful heart filled with joy and thanksgiving that I release this prayer into the action and activity of mind, knowing that it is already done, it is already so. And we affirm this truth together by saying, and so it is.